This is the G Podcast with your host, Tommy B.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 295 of This is the G Podcast. What's going on, y'all? Partially back. What? 2/3 back. 1/4.
3/4.
No,
Yeah,
3/4. There you go.
Yes.
There you go. The educator has to jump in. I am not a math guy. All right, y'all. Hey, what's up? Tommy B is in the building. And again, man, we are your weekly recap podcast, news, politics, pop culture, and the tea. Make sure you are following us on Spotify at This is the G Podcast. If you're not, go ahead and do it today. Hey, welcome back, Vi. How you doing, man? Yes.
I am doing great. Glad to be here. New year, you know.
That's all you got to say, New Year. I got you.
Hey,
I got you, Vi.
Hey, that is the best I can do right now. I'm sorry.
Hey, no problem. It's all good. And he is back. Talib Shabazz is in the building. Talib.
What's happening? Happy New Year. Happy New Year,
What's
everybody.
happening, man? Welcome back and Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year
yes.
to you. Got to say a big thanks to Syracuse Mike last week on episode 294. If you haven't had a chance to check out the episode, please do. It is on Spotify or castropolis.net. Make sure you go there and do it. And I'll tell you, one of the things, I don't know which one of y'all said this, but damn, we coming back into a lot. We are. When we did the show last week, you can imagine, we taped this on Saturday morning, and it's like war. You know what I'm saying? We're watching, U.S. troops invade Venezuela and capture the leader and his wife. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So they are not starting this year slow, without a doubt. It is on and popping. So, let's go ahead, because we do have so much. Let's go ahead and do news with Syracuse Mike. And we've got a lot to talk about. We'll come back on the other side.
News team, assemble!
It's time for the Week in News with Syracuse Mike.
The leader of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, made his first federal court appearance Monday. He is now in New York and pleaded not guilty. Maduro said through an interpreter, "I am innocent, I am not guilty, I am a decent man, I am still president of my country." Maduro and his wife entered their pleas after being captured by U.S. forces in a surprise operation in Venezuela. The couple faces a 4-count indictment alleging a 25-year narco-terrorism conspiracy. Protesters both supporting and opposing Maduro gathered outside the Manhattan courthouse Monday. In sports, you can add Rich McKay to the list of folks no longer involved with the Atlanta Falcons. McKay served as CEO. Earlier, Coach Raheem Morris and GM Terry Fontenot were let go. International backlash is growing after U.S. forces remove Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife from power. Several countries are condemning the operation as a violation of sovereignty, while others are raising concerns about how the United States is overseeing Venezuela's vast oil reserves. Tuesday, while speaking to House Republicans, President Trump defended the military action.
It was an amazing military feat. We sort of got him a little by surprise, but it was brilliant tactically. It was an incredible thing.
A new Reuters Ipsos poll shows 72% of Americans are concerned that the U.S. will become too involved in Venezuela. As more and more people speculate it's really about the oil, President Trump says Venezuela will turn over 30 to 50 million barrels of oil to the United States following the capture of Maduro by U.S. forces. Mr. Trump posted that the oil will be sold at market price and that he will control the proceeds to benefit both Venezuelans and Americans. The move marks a major shift in U.S.-Venezuela relations. Minnesota officials urged calm Wednesday after an ICE agent shot and killed 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, sparking protests. The shooting happened just blocks from where George Floyd was killed. The Department of Homeland Security says an ICE agent fired in self-defense after the woman tried to ram officers with her SUV. But Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey disputes that account, saying video appears to show the woman driving away from agents when shots were fired. Frey's message to ICE: get the blank out of Minneapolis. And Governor Tim Walz had his own message for the feds.
We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough.
Walz described the shooting as totally avoidable. The FBI is now in charge of the investigation of the Minneapolis ICE shooting, according to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. The governor believes the Trump administration is not telling the truth about what happened between an ICE agent and a woman in her SUV.
I think it's clear to everyone as they saw this that it feels now that Minnesota has been taken out of the investigation. It feels very, very difficult that we will get a fair outcome.
And during a combative press conference, Vice President J.D. Vance told reporters that Renee Nicole Good, who was killed, died as a result of a tragedy of her own making.
What young mother shows up and decides they're going to throw their car in front of ICE officers who are enforcing legitimate law? You've got to be a little brainwashed to get to that point.
According to several reports, Minnesota and federal officials are no longer cooperating with each other on the ICE shooting investigation. In sports, the first major NBA trade ahead of the deadline is in the books. The Atlanta Hawks have traded four-time All-Star Trae Young to the Washington Wizards in a rare intra-division deal. In return, Atlanta receives guard C.J. McCollum and forward Corey Kispert. While both teams currently sit near the bottom of the Eastern Conference playoff picture, the move is expected to have long-term implications for both franchises.
Yep. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Khalid, what do you think about Minneapolis?
Well, I mean, it's already impacting the climate of the country. For the most part, it seems like it's happening in what I would consider to be a positive manner. And by positive, I mean that it's clearly a wake-up call, to let the general citizens of this country know that this government is not messing around with you. They don't care. They have a job to do. They will perform that job, regardless of what is going on. The heartlessness of the actions of the ICE officer are not a stranger to us. Yeah. To us.
To black people.
Right, exactly.
we saw it. Well, go ahead. I'll let you
but I mean, everything about the man's actions, from the fact that he shot directly into, and again, I have not watched every angle.
I have.
But, the fact that he shot directly into
and I'm not
the
laughing.
windshield.
Let me be
no.
I'm not laughing at what happened.
Right.
But it's just a reminder of what we've seen multiple times. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then as the woman is driving, as the car moves past the officer, he fires twice more into the car and then says, "Fucking bitch." You know what I mean? So, am I surprised? Fuck no, I'm not surprised. I knew this is happening. Do I think that this is going to resonate with people to now understand that now is the time to get up off of your ass and do something about this lawless ass government? Yeah, I really do. I don't know what people are going to do. I don't know how much good it's going to do. But yeah, this was the what was it during the civil rights movement? This is the Edmund Petty's Bridge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what this is like. It's going to have that kind of impact on the nation.
Yeah, it's they've created a martyr, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to you, Vi. Your thoughts on Minneapolis?
Well, I'm a little worried, but if this does not get a reaction, then what will? She's a white female,
right?
And she's an American and a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that doesn't make us do anything or wake us up, then what will? What is it going to take? So is it going to take a civil war, which I don't really want to happen? Because that, to me, for that to happen, they're still not talked about enough. For that to happen, we still not, to me, it's like the way we're treating it is like just another day in the neighborhood. Because we're not talking about it enough. We're not talking about it enough, we're not angry enough.
Yeah.
We're not angry.
Yeah. We're definitely not angry.
We're not angry. That's what I mean. That's what I should say. America is not angry enough when that happens.
Yeah.
Because especially when they show the video when she says, she's like, "I'm not mad at you. It's okay. I'm not mad at you." Nah, she's not shouting. She's not cussing. She's not angry. All she said was, "It's okay. I'm not mad at you." And then she tried to pull off. So what drew?
Well, I'm going to say this, Vi. I'm going to say this, and this to both of you guys. First, I think America's numb to what happened. It's I don't know. It's ironic that it occurred just a few blocks away from where George Floyd, the situation happened.
Right.
And I think when you look at the situation, it reminded me. You remember what was the guy? The young teacher was in his car with his girlfriend.
Right.
And they shot into the car. Remember when Philando Castile?
Yeah, Philando Castile.
Yeah, it reminded me of that situation. Different in terms of different angles, but shooting into a car in that scenario, which was much more egregious in that scenario. We watched the George Floyd situation. I think the only thing we can do now is vote. And it's the midterm elections. And it'll be interesting because if there's not a cry of concern at the ballot box, or, I think in terms of, the protesting, I don't know if you're going to get that many people as we had with George Floyd to go out and protest this.
That was black people.
I'd be surprised.
White folk don't know how to handle.
No, it wasn't just, it wasn't, I think in terms of the people out, when you looked at the George Floyd, all the protests, it was international. If you recall, it was all over the world.
Yeah, but so much is going on in America right now. The stuff that we're doing, they're not feeling for us right now. We attacked Venezuela. We're talking about taking over Greenland. Yeah. The world is not really, saying Baja America right now.
Yeah. It's not sympathetic to what's going on in our country, but I will say this.
No, the country's not sympathetic to America right now.
There's too much going on. Yeah, there's too much going on right now. And this is just one of many things that people have to protest and care about. So we are going to watch it as we tape this going forward to see, where it goes from here. Okay. Moving on, Venezuela. And Mike and I were talking about this last week. And, I was comparing it to Iraq because, but the crazy thing about Venezuela is they've kind of moved beyond all the initial reasons why they did this. It's about the oil.
It's about the oil. It's all about it. Because that's all they keep talking. Because that's all they keep talking about. Oil.
That's it.
Oil.
It is truly, regardless of the indictment, the 4 counts that Maduro's up for, he and his wife. This is about the oil.
And I want to see. I really want to see how they're going to prove that he's a drug cartel. How deeply he's involved in it.
Venezuela is directed in terms of the drug trafficking to Europe. They don't necessarily. If you really want to take somebody out who's dealing drugs to America, go to Mexico and do this.
Go to Mexico.
Mm-hmm. But they're not going to go to Mexico.
We don't. We might.
He talking about
we might.
He talking about troops in America.
I don't think in Mexico. I don't think. But see, it's easier to go after Venezuela than it is to go after Mexico. Because if you do the same thing they did. Now, Maduro it's been controversial for a while. They've never looked at him as the legit leader anyway. Right. It's different than you would for any situation with any other country, definitely Mexico. But let them try something like this for drugs in Mexico. And I'm telling you, different outcome. Very different outcome. I mean, Mexico has an army. They got a military force. They ain't no joke. Okay, plus they have serious allies too, so it wouldn't be as easy as Venezuela. But we're going to see. No. I'll start with you, Vi.
To me, we are worse or just as bad as Putin right now. Because we just go in. At least Putin did not attack their president. He is attacking the country in a way. We are literally went inside their government and took the president of the United States, took that president and bring him here and go and charge him. So
sovereign nation.
Right.
Right.
So what gave us authority to do that? Like you said,
taking the sovereign nation's president and first lady, so to speak, and their oil. that belongs
and most
to
of their
people.
drugs, like you said, the drugs not coming to America. Like one guy said, we can capture an oil rig, but we can't capture the people who bringing drugs over here. So it's okay to destroy that boat and not destroy the oil boat.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, think if it's really about the drugs, why are we talking about the oil? And if it's really about the drug, why we let one of the biggest drug cartel give him a pardon? So clearly, it's not about the drugs. So stop.
No,
I hope America's not buying it, because that's not about the drugs. We just taking over countries. Like I don't understand. We went from being the police to the threat. We're the threat now.
Yeah, yeah. We're the bully.
We're the bully.
Yeah. Go to you, Talib.
Yeah, it's just messed up. That's all I gotta really say about this one. I mean, there's tons of reporting all over social media and everything about what's going on in Venezuela. It's not that we've ever liked Maduro. You know, the Biden administration has been anti-Maduro. You know what I mean? This is not anything that's new. But just the way that we're just going in, riding roughshod over everybody, you know.
Yeah.
No, man. As the law, this is definitely the lawless era. And actually, I don't know if it's more lawless or more hypocritical. But this is definitely the era of the hypocrites. You know what I mean? Because
I'm gonna say this. I'll let you come back, Bob. But the hypocrisy of this is what stands out the most for me, because it's counter to what he campaigned on peace. Right. You know, he campaigned on America first. So you know, this will show whether or not MAGA believes in the platform or MAGA is just a bunch of brainwashed idiots. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything he's doing right now is counter to what he promised on the campaign trail. The biggest promise was that he wouldn't intervene in other countries' threats and issues unless it impacted us. Right. And you know, when we're talking eventually put the potential of boots on the ground, we're talking about, as he said, running this country. We are attacking, you know, a sovereign nation, you know, Venezuela, and we're talking about taking their oil and distributing it to the U.S.
To the benefits of U.S.
To the benefits of U.S. Now, that's the other thing, because the U.S. oil makers, oil companies are pissed off for some reason. And I would, let me tell you, you know, the U.S. oil and gas companies contributed $1 billion to his campaign. So what that says to me is he probably is not giving them first choice. He's probably asking them to contribute more money, because he's going to get something out of this. When he says, I'm running this, I just said, oh my God, this is about to get real complicated. And the other thing is, he better win the midterms, because there's going to be investigations out the ass. Because you know the Democrats love to investigate. So they're going to be about 1,000. They're going to be about 1,000 investigations going on. But we'll see how this turns out. I want to move on before we go to break, and hopefully it looks like Tanya B might be here, so we'll do some tea. Big week in sports, ATL, and I will tell you that your host is over here waving, running through the streets. I am so thrilled, and I'm here to announce, as we tape, you know, Matt Ryan has already been signed on or selected as president of football. It's a done deal. They just now need this. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons. They were the first, which I was surprised that it all happened immediately after the Saints game that we won. But the GM's gone, head coach is gone. You've already, look, you can scroll back in the series of this podcast and find out how I feel about Fontenot and how I felt about hiring Raheem Morris. I'm not going to go into that, but I do think this is the best move for the franchise. Arthur Blank had to do a press conference because that's the league rule is you must do a press conference at the end of a season. So he had to do something. And the interesting thing is he had fired everybody, so he had to do it himself. But it's going to be interesting to see. Matt Ryan's in, GM, who they hire. I think my best guess, and I'm going out on a limb, depends on we're in wild card weekend, and the Bears play the Packers. If the Bears lose, they're going to move on the Bears assistant GM, which the Chicago, his name is Ian. I forgot his last name. Sorry, I didn't. I'll try to look it up before the end of the podcast. But I think this guy's has ties to Matt Ryan. He's a black assistant GM, and I do think they're going to go ahead and pull the trigger if the Bears lose, as we tape tonight, against the Packers. I think he's going to be possibility of GM. Head coach, I mean, that's still a minute away. But your thoughts, Vi?
I understand why they did it. I just don't like that they did it. But I understand why they did it. Now, for my main concern right now, who's going to be the head coach?
Yeah.
I don't know
we'll
them. For the past 3 head coaches, all have been defensive-minded coaches. Mm-hmm. I want us to go to a different strategy this time to get our offensive-minded head coach.
Okay.
Because our offense, the defense is fine. The defense doing good. Mm-hmm. So we need help on our offense right now. So I'm hoping we get an offensive-minded head coach this time. I hope. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I wouldn't have mind if Raheem had got another year. But I understand why they did it. Terry Fontenot, he had to go. 5 years? Okay, you don't have 5 years. 5 years. Yeah. Raheem, I think he had earned the right for 1 more year to finish the job, to finish his contract. But I understand why they did it. So,
well, I'm going to step in before I go to Talib and say, I don't think you earn or you do your job when your winning streak comes after you've been eliminated from the playoffs. If I worked for a company that needed me to hit a number every single year, and I don't hit the number in 1 year until January the next year, or if that doesn't count toward the year they needed me to hit it, I'm out.
Yeah.
So you're talking. I mean, Raheem, in my opinion, I'll go back. I think he was the wrong hire in the beginning, in the first place. We have to get away, and hopefully with Matt Ryan in this, you'll get some logic to these head coaching hires. I would never hire a head coach with a losing record, unless he's got multiple Super Bowls under his belt. I would never do that. Why would you hire a young coach who has a losing record? Less than 3.3%, 0.4%. Why would you do that? If you building an organization and your organization's been in trouble for 6 years, now 8 years. So I'm gonna go to you, Talib, and then we're gonna talk about the Hawks, and then we'll go to break. Go ahead.
Well, the Falcons like to lose, man. They like to win just enough so that they'll still sell a ticket. Somebody will still want to tailgate, Otherwise, they like to lose, and the Jets are no different. You know how I feel about my 2 teams. So
wait a minute, we ain't equating.
I know. I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to.
I'm gonna say this. I am gonna say this. That attendance number. If you're hitting your attendance number and you making money, it makes the losing a little bit better. I will probably for these organizations. So if you're making money out of your organization, you're not losing. Then it takes longer for you to make change. But I think the change that they're making indicates they want to win. I do think, and I'll say this. I think I know a lot, and I'm Dangerous D's coming on the show next week. Darren Fears. Darren does sports. And he's also got a project he's working on for the Fresh Party. He's going to be on the show next week because he and I had a conversation about the black backlash that's occurred with Matt Ryan, and it's been going on for years.
Right.
But it wasn't Matt's fault that Michael Vick got popped. Y'all need to. I mean, I do need to say, I get it. I was a hell of a Mike Vick fan, but shit, let's move on.
But I don't understand how people didn't accept. They gave him a nickname, Matty Ice. Come on, you don't give somebody a nickname if you're really just down on the player itself. You know what I mean?
I was the one that said he should have retired earlier. Now that was me. I'm one of the haters toward the end because I said, hell, look, can we get a new quarterback? It's over, Matt. But right. Matt's going to go down. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's going to be the top statistically.
He might not get in Hall of Fame.
He's going to be, as Matt Ryan goes talking about Hall of Fame.
No, he's not getting Hall of Fame.
Statistically, he's the top Atlanta Falcons quarterback of all time.
Okay,
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
He'll make all.
Yeah. As much as I like Chandler and as much as I love Vic, but Matt has the stats. Yeah, the number. Right.
He ain't gonna make the NFL
Chandler took us to one Super Bowl.
He's not gonna get in the NFL Hall of Fame, but he's make that.
Oh yes, right. Yes, he is.
No, he's not. No Super Bowl.
They've already said he may not go in first round.
He definitely going first round. Eli got 2 Super Bowls and go first round.
Yeah, they've already. I mean, quite frankly, based on his stats. They've already said he's gonna eventually go in, but I'm gonna leave it at that. That's another argument. I will say
he ain't no
that
Dan
this
Marino.
Okay. Did Dan Marino go to a Super Bowl?
That's why I said he's no Dan Marino. That's why I compare him to Dan Marino. He's no Dan Marino.
Is Dan Marino in the Hall of Fame?
He is.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, let's go one more thing because we gotta go to break. And we gotta go to break.
You answered all the questions while I said it.
Hawks trade Trae Young. Not that I'm a Trae hater. But I've said this before. If you work on a job 8 years and you at 0.4, under 5, 0.448, I think it might be, in terms of winning percentage. Yeah, you got the stats. Yeah, you're the biggest assist leader. Points, you got it. But change was due. Okay? I think it's best for the team and for Trae. And the other thing is, I knew the Hawks weren't going to pay Trae a supermax deal. Come on, we knew look, wrestler. The problem is wrestler. Ultimately, the owner. He's cheap. He wants to stay out of luxury tax, which is another conversation. But I just wanted to say that I think this is the best move for both people. Trae went out with a message. I don't have it on me right now, but it was a little. He's throwing a little shade, and I don't blame him because wrestler would not spend the money. I mean, even though he would bring people in and said, okay, these are the folks who we're bringing in to help you. They never really spent any real money on the folks they bought in.
Or got him real help.
Yeah, they never really got any real. So to a certain extent, I'm okay with him saying that, but I'm okay with what they did too. I think the Hawks have a great new young GM who was bolder than Landry Fields, to probably advocate for something I'm sure he advocated that we need to move on. I get it that a lot of the rappers who sit courtside love him, love Trae. A lot of the folks who like to wear the Trae jersey and hang their hat on the Trae Young brand. But, sometimes, LeBron James stayed in Cleveland for 7 years. He had to move on. He couldn't win in Cleveland. So it may be a similar situation for him where he might win, but he ain't going to win in Washington. I'm going to leave it at that. Right. All right, I'll leave. Who wants to go, and then we'll close this out? Trae Young, real quick.
Now, Baker, the trade for Trae. My thing is, did we really get – you don't think we got robbed in the trade? What did we get? Did we get anything?
No, well, here's the deal, and I say this informed. Nobody wanted to pay Trae. Nobody, at this point in Trae's career, nobody wanted to really give up anything. Trae is an undersized.
At least a draft pick or something.
But let me tell you, his trade value, he's been out there for a minute, but no other team, knowing he wants a supermax eventually, nobody was willing to do it. Okay, so Washington, the reason he's going to Washington, there's a GM or executive named Travis Slink. Travis is the guy who actually drafted Trae to Atlanta. Okay, he used to work for us. He's in Washington. He believes in Trae. He's kept a relationship with Trae. So he's the one when, why would Trae say, I want to go to Washington, one of the worst teams in the league? The reason he wants to go there is because, and let me say this, I don't want to go to ESPN. They're $70 million under the cap. They got plenty of money after the end of this season. Okay.
They won't have
so
to sign
one,
Trae.
he knows he can get the money if he goes for the max. And they don't have a foundation right now, so they feel like they can build around Trae with the amount of money they are under cap space. That's one. The other thing, Travis Slink. Travis is there. That's his guy. He knows he's gonna be taken care of. It works out. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
But see,
I have nothing to say then.
we got rid of a massive contract that we can now go out at the end of the season and bring a big time player in. Now, whether they do that, again, Tony Wrestler. I'm gonna throw it to you real quick, and we'll wrap it up with you. I'm gonna wrap it up with you, Talib.
Man, I just want to
Tony
see
Wrestler.
I want to see the Hawks do something, man. I just want to see that. I don't follow the Hawks basketball enough to really, comment on the trades and who's coming in and going out. I mean, the last time I really followed the Hawks was when we had the Joshes. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, again, this is just one of those things where I don't know what it is, whether it is the Atlanta fan or the Atlanta team that just can't get it together. But it's Well,
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this on the fan side. The Hawks' attendance record is in the tops. They do well. So it's not a situation of lack of support from attendance and people going out and showing up for the games. The biggest issue, in my opinion, is acquisition of talent and spending money.
But it's always been.
More so, I think, with Wrestler, because the reason being, we've had opportunities for big time players when Trae was here, and we didn't even step up to participate near the trade deadline. So who I don't want is Anthony Davis. Please don't bring Mr. Glass to it.
But I heard he just got hurt.
No.
I heard he just got hurt though. Last night.
He just got hurt again. He's going to be out for months. So he was the guy that they were talking about before he got hurt last night to bring. That's just a bad move. But we are gonna have to get a center. We are gonna have to get a big time. I mean, we've got.
But he's not a center.
Porzingis who can't stay healthy. He's sick. Well, he's big size. He's still.
But he don't want to play center.
Okay.
Everywhere he goes, he said, "I don't want to play no center."
Well, he was a rim protector and shooter in Boston, but that point is mute because he's sick. He has a disease which limits his ability to play consistent games. So we got to have somebody who's got availability, and consistency. Okay. Hey, y'all, let's do this. Let's go to break. I think Tanya B might be back, so we'll try to get her. Tanya B, if you can hear me, we're going to try to, once we go into break, come up on camera. We'll go from there. Here we go. Hey, Vi, you stick to football, okay?
And so
Don't try to don't come for me. Don't come for me on the Hawks. Now I back down on football. I back
and
down.
so I'm
you know,
sorry.
but okay.
I'm gonna do LeBron. I'm gonna do LeBron on you. How dare you tell me stick to
come for me.
basketball? I'm a Hawks fan. I love the Hawks.
No, I mean in terms of your. Yeah, I know you do, but you know, I'm gonna be statted up. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Hawks.
I just said
for the folks
I
who say
agree
we
with
hate-
Trae
we
being
hate.
traded.
I don't. I mean, I
But that's why I said,
think
did
I
we
think
really
it's better for his career.
in Washington? You must be
Yeah,
talking
I
about
mean,
money.
I think, but I think you gotta look at the teams. I'm gonna say this, and then we gotta go to T. You gotta look at the teams who really wanted him. You understand what I'm saying?
See, 'cause I
Nobody
heard the
really
Hawks- I
wanted
heard-
to
I heard-
pay him a max
The
deal.
rumor was
right
the
now.
players didn't even want to play with him no more. They said.
Yeah, he's been kind of considering the fact that he hasn't made All-Star. There's when the players had the ability to vote or the coaches. I think the coaches were the only ones who could actually get him in. But that's what's up. All right, let me see if she's still here. Let's do it.
Now then, children, it's time for tea.
It's tea time, y'all. Sipping the tea with Tanya B.
I'm gonna count 3, 2, 1. Is she there? I guess not.
Wrong.
I see her. I kind of see her. But let's go ahead and do this. I gotta say, it is 2026, y'all, and can you believe that Control turns 40 this year? 1986, 4 decades since Miss Jackson taught us what it means to take charge. I think they're going to have some celebrations around the 40th year of Control and, of course, the Nasty era. Talib, you're a music guy. Thoughts on the impact of Control? Is it her best record?
Man, I don't know if it's her best, but it damn sure comes close to being one of the best albums of all time, man. I mean, the Rhythm Nation song. I mean, let's look at what came off of that album. You know what I mean? It's just, come on, man. When I think of you, it's.
Oh yeah, count the songs. You look at.
I mean,
Nasty. You look at What Have You Done For Me Lately?
Right. Control.
Pleasure Principle.
Yep.
Control.
Pleasure Principle. Yeah.
And Let's Wait a While.
Right. Which was the ultimate slow song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man. And the moves. You know,
and the videos.
look at it. I mean, 40 years later, they're still recreating the videos. So what does that tell you? You know, I mean, it was the perfect storm. Jamming Lewis on the production. Janet and whoever the writing team was. I mean, that was the everything lined up perfectly for that release. So, so yeah, I love Miss Jackson because I'm nasty.
Yeah. 40 years of Control. And Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life turns 50 this year. And I say this to people, I know confidently that Songs in the Key of Life is the best R&B album of all time. As an album, as a creation, as a project. I don't think anyone has done what he did with Songs in the Key of Life. You got Afro-Caribbean, you got pop, you got R&B, you got gospel. It is just, from Sir Duke to Az, Knocks Me Off My, shit. We could spend all show just talking about Songs in the Key of Life as an album. Your thoughts, Mike? You got any thoughts on Songs in the Key of Life as an album?
I loved it. I think it's one of the greatest ones also. I mean, it was... It's one of my favorite, especially with Stevie Wonder.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. It's next to maybe Hotter Than July, which I love too. Songs is just an incredible album. I still listen to it. I'll pop it on when I'm walking or just in the house.
But that's how you can tell to me how good music is.
It's
When music get very 10, 20, 15 years old and you got every generation still listening to it, let's tell you, if it can stand the test of time, like today's music, I don't know if it's going to stand the test of time. Like WAP, I don't think we're going to be listening to WAP 10 years later.
Yeah,
We ain't listening to
nostalgia
rock
purposes
now.
only, right? Nostalgia for the nostalgia of it only. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah.
is
Like when you
not
got
gonna.
like
It's not gonna have that same impact as Rocket Love did. You know?
like the
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
like the
It was
guy
a
from
hell of an
Boys to
album.
Men
I
was
mean, it was
saying on his
just. I mean,
podcast. He was saying, like music like WAP. He said, "Can you actually listen to that with your kid when you got a 16-year-old daughter?"
no.
And you listen,
I'll
can
say
you
no.
comfortably listen to that song with your kid? Can you go to a concert? He
Well,
said,
you know, there always going to be songs. There always going to be songs just for the club. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
but that's
You know,
but that's most of the
my
music
neck,
that
my
coming out
back.
today
No,
is
we're not going to
like
be
that.
listening to that with the kids.
But he said, but that's the thing. Most of the music
Not
coming
all
out
of it,
today
Vaughn.
is like that. So what he said, it's not commercially. You can't play it on TV.
Yeah.
What like Chris? Is Chris gonna let a commercial play behind that?
Well, let me say, okay,
I'm just asking the question. I don't know.
This next
Because
story.
y'all the music,
Well,
y'all the
story,
music connoisseurs, not me.
Well, I'm going to answer it by saying the return of the king, Bruno Mars, is back. Okay, so my whole thing, and you know, king is debatable. I know that's probably a little higher, but when you talk about Bruno Mars, yes, you can listen to Bruno Mars with your kids. And
That's
he's
Bruno
big.
Mars.
I mean, Bruno Mars. Let me say this: Bruno Mars, and this is our next part of the tea. Bruno Mars dropped his first solo single. The single is "I Just Might." It's kind of a how do you they are calling it kind of a disco-y pop dance track. And you know, if you haven't seen the video, it's a great video. It's a fun video. The Romantic album is what the album's called. The Romantic comes out February 27th. So if you want to talk about somebody who's universal, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about somebody who can create hits, that you know, I'm not saying the entire family, but everybody. When I sent this out to the fam, everybody's raving. You know, from the 50s, 60 something to the teens. Oh wow, and you don't have many artists like that anymore who can appeal to that broad a demographic.
Correct.
So to answer Sean's question, Bruno. Bruno's the kind of artist we just need more of it, because it's been 10 years since he's been out. He is going to be hitting the road on tour. Anderson .Paak is going to be called DJ Pee Wee, hanging out with as part of the tour, and Victoria Monet and a few other people.
To go see that,
but I think we need more artists who can deliver and people can be excited about. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't get excited about releases, but I was excited when I saw he was releasing a new album. I mean, your thoughts, Talib, because you're shaking your head. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I mean, Bruno is the package. You know what I mean? He can play the instruments, he can sing, he can dance, he can entertain. His music is upbeat. You know, I mean, he's just got it. You know,
You're a DJ. When you play Bruno,
of course, everybody gets up.
Everybody gets up.
I mean, and this is, like I said, he is the current king of pop. You know, for where we are right now. You know, because all of his songs, you know, whether it's 24K or whether it's, you know, Smoking Out the Window or whatever, you know, those are the ones that gets the ladies up at the parties. And it's not just that, you know, they're dancing with the kids at the family reunion, at the wedding reception. You know, that's the one where the little 5-year-old will be out there and everybody's like, go man. You know, so and
that's
right. And you can take the family to a Bruno Mars concert and enjoy it. Because I went to Bruno Mars concert in Vegas, and dude, he put on a show.
Yeah.
From the time he got
He's
there,
incredible. He's incredible.
Let
me tell you why. Good point.
Bruno put on a show.
Good point. Because
I can take my whole family to my granddaughter to see Bruno Mars and not be disappointed, and not feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. And the most memorable Super Bowl among my household is the one that he was on with Red Hot Chili Peppers. When he bought Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Even Janet?
Huh? No. That's a yeah. I mean, Janet did her thing. Prince did his thing. But when it comes down, when you ask who did it best. People say that Bruno Mars concert, or I mean that halftime where he bought out Red Hot Chili Peppers to do "Give It Away."
Yeah, I like Bruno. I love Bruno Mars. I just want to sing with Anderson Park. Though. That's why I didn't get to sing with Anderson Park, but I did get.
Well, this tour he's doing. He's supposed to. I mean, they go into character. They do these different characters.
I got the.
He's supposed to be DJ Pee Wee.
Yeah, I got the email on that. So I said, I think I Anderson Park. I said, but cannot afford him right now though. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's just another. Yeah, it's just another way to get Anderson on the bill without having to have him pay all the band. You know what I mean? So they can still do They can still do a couple of Soul Sonic songs and then keep it moving.
Yeah, so true. I don't want to talk about, but I we'll probably give an update on Sharon Moore. He's got more legal trouble, the Michigan head coach, but I'm gonna skip over that. NAACP Image Awards nominations are in. 57th, and you can go to NAACPImageAwards.com to check out the nominees. But everybody's talking about Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's Sinners is probably the one to beat. Of course, they have many different categories, but fans are already, talking about, whether it's going to be an old guard, new guard when it comes down to music in terms of who wins. But, when you look at, and I'll skip over to the Golden Globes and how Sinners is going to be probably treated at the Golden Globes and the Academy Award, NAACP Image Award will probably be more in line with our community when it comes down to how we feel about a lot of our, and it's been that way for a while. I'm going to save my award season speech and the movies for later when we get closer to the Academy Awards. But I'm here to tell you the fix is already in. I'm going to be Timothy Chalamet and one battle after another. The fix is already in. The Golden Globes tomorrow as we tape this, and I'm telling you, I can already smell it. You shaking your head, Talib?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I hate to see it because, although it was a good movie, compared to the impact of Sinners this year, nah, not even close.
And I watched one battle after another. It's just bloated. It's kind of like all over the place. I just, it's kind of like a fetish movie.
Well, at least it's not a fish man. It's not a fish and fucking, chick. You know what I mean? At least we don't have that.
So you saying, Tommy B, you saying you didn't like Sinners?
Oh no, I like Sinners. I'm talking about one battle after another.
Okay.
Which is the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, and Regina Hall. Because in a lot of cases, it did make it did make money at the box office. I was not talking about Sinners when I mentioned the fetish movie.
But those are the movies that got awards anyway.
I was talking about one. Yeah.
The movies don't make money as the one to be winning the awards anyway. Because they say we don't know.
Well,
we don't know art when we see it.
Well, and that's what the pushback you get when you say Sinners should be movie of the year. But I will say this: the thing that I hate, and I wish they would stop doing this, is releasing movies right before or after Christmas, just so they can get them on the awards. Just like they're doing with the Timothy Chalamet movie, the ping pong movie.
Mm-hmm.
No. Come on, y'all. We gotta really, and I know it's the Academy and the critics, so I'm gonna leave it alone. A couple more quick things, and we'll wrap. Really, and Talib, I want you really this week to take a look at this, man. Federal judge dismissed Salt-N-Pepa's lawsuit against Universal Music. The ladies are fighting to reclaim their 80s, 90s masters, and they lost that. I'm pretty confident that they're going to appeal. But Talib, what do you think, man, about that whole Salt-N-Pepa, them not getting their masters back from Universal?
I think it's messed up. The laws are supposed to be in place so that artists are not slaved out for their entire lives, and there's something that can be left to their posterity. You know what I mean? So Salt-N-Pepa, but we have to really look at Salt-N-Pepa's whole thing anyway.
Yeah.
Salt-N-Pepa didn't really, Herbie Lovebug was writing a lot of their rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't really get the publishing aspect.
So they were
of
more
it.
of a performer than a.
They were right. They were more, and what's more is that part of the reason why they parted ways with Herbie Love for a while was because he didn't even want to allow them to be to share in the creative aspect of their business.
Yeah. Hey,
so
real quick, did Herbie pass away?
no, he was there on the at the induction.
Okay.
The Hall of Fame. He came out on stage,
Mm-hmm.
And again, Herbie's one of those guys that people don't really talk about a lot too, in terms of his importance on the hip hop scene. But in terms of Salt-N-Pepa, I'm hoping that they do appeal the case and that they can see some kind of justice because, unfortunately, Salt-N-Pepa, for the impact that they really had on the music industry as a whole, never really saw the kind of, dollar figures that they were really worth. So, I really hope that, something can happen for them. If not, then come and call me and we can do a new album and I'll make sure that y'all get paid. You know what I mean?
What I'm talking about. Hey, real quick, and we're getting close to time. They never technically, according to the judge, owned the copyrights to begin with.
And that's the
one
problem.
of the reasons why. And you said that, Talib. It's a tough reminder. I mean, you have to make sure in the beginning that you're in on the publishing.
Correct.
Just like you were talking about with Herbie. The other thing is Ray J was rushed to a Vegas hospital this week with severe pneumonia, heart pains. He is stable. I'm sure he's out of the hospital, but doctors are keeping a close eye on him. On the final note, Fetty Wap was released from federal prison.
Hey.
Free Fetty. Years ahead of schedule. He's currently in home confinement and says his focus is now on giving back to the community. So
they all
good
say
for
having
Fetty.
to get out of jail.
All right.
Giving back to the community.
Yeah. I see you, Fetty. I see you.
Call Kodak Black. You know what I'm talking about, Steve.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. I'll start with you, Talib. What you got? Shout outs.
No. Just thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's all.
Damn. It's like, that's it. Okay. But you got any final shout outs?
No shout out. Just tell the people this too shall pass. That's all I got to say. This too shall pass, people. It's not, I hate to say it, we have not seen the worst. It's going to get better, but you have not seen the worst. And we are strong people. And I think just keep the faith. We'll get through it. Don't get down on yourself. Just one day at a time, we'll get through it.
Okay. You talking about the Hawks fans? Or
Hawks fan, okay.
The Trae fans. No, I'm joking. Okay, I get your point. Good. That's a good word, buddy. Good word. See, I'm acting stupid. Here we go.
Maybe we need to do
next
that,
week, y'all.
I've been bringing it down since I've been here, so you bring some joy into it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next week, Darren Fierce is going to be on the show to give us his insight on the Falcons and the Hawks. So y'all check us out next week. Tanya B will be back. We'll go ahead and get some issues, some technical issues fixed, and make sure she's back. He's also, by the way, Talib, he's working on a special project musically that I think
Fresh
will
Party
be hot for the city of
yes.
Atlanta. Definitely, if you know about the Fresh Party, you understand where I'm going with that, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget, scan the QR code, our logo, social media, all the links are there. Go to castropolis.net, use the people poll. You can leave us a voice message. You can go to the Spotify app and leave messages as well per episode. You can get some Velvet Frequency, y'all. Download the Live 365 app or go to castropolis.net. And Sunday, don't forget, every Sunday at 4, the Bird Wire with Tanya B. So if you miss Tanya B on this show, definitely check her out on the Bird Wire at 4 p.m. Sundays at 6, you can listen to the replay of every week's podcast. This is the G Podcast. So don't forget, y'all, where smooth vibes meet soulful beats. The smooth vibes of Velvet Frequency Radio. Make sure you are there. And I just appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for coming back for 2026. I think it's going to be a good year.
It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year.
I buy in. I think it's going to be a great year. I think we're starting off just because it's an opportunity to jump in and create chaos. But I think the jig is up. I'll be honest.
You think
I
the
think
jig is
people
up?
are catching on to the fool. I think so. I think by midterms we're going to see a different deal. We're going to see a different vibe. I think sometime between now and June. Yeah, we're going to see a different vibe.
Hope you're right,
With that, y'all.
Hope you're right, Timothy. Hope you're right.
You keep doing it. That's okay. With that, episode 295 is in the can. Thank you, Vi. Thank you for being here, Vi. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
For sure.
I don't know why.
Because your wife said I need to be on this show. She said her own two words. She said, "Vi."
Bree said that.
No, your wife said. She told me. She said, "Stay on top of her, Vi. Don't let him get away with it.
My God.
Stay on top of her. Tell her."
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna stay on it. I'm gonna stay on it.
What is it? COINTEL? You were like,
Tell her I love her. I'm gonna stay on top.
That's what's up.
She motivates. She motivates me.
What's up?
She motivated me.
Okay. Trying to take down Fred Hampton. I got you. All right. You like Denzel. All right. Okay. All right. So 295's in the can, y'all. Peace. Power to the people. Have a good week.
Peace out, people.
Peace.
You've been listening to This is the G Podcast. And This is the G Podcast is a production of the Castropolis Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.